Last week's lesson was more about the small details of describing data. This week's lesson will be more about interpreting the data and trying to make it come more alive in the listener's mind. Both sections are important. If you describe data really well, that's important, yes, but I'm not sure it goes so far beyond what the viewer can do by themselves. It's probably more important to explain why the data is important or which sections are best to highlight. Because we often have more data on a screen than we can deliver. Although I kind of recommend not doing that too much, but that's kind of, that topic is not part of the theme of today's lesson. Nevertheless, it's really needed for the viewer to know where to look and when to look there. Because if you present lots of data and don't guide the listener carefully, I think they might stop listening to you and making their own analyses. So you really got to stay in control of your data. And I want to explore some ways to do that with lots of phrases and useful terms to highlight what you want to do. I also want to talk about geography a little bit. I want to stress that people who study epidemiology, or lots and lots of our researchers here, travel and collect samples. And you need to be able to describe where you got them from, and that can be sensitive. So we need to have a bit of cultural sensitivity when we talk about where other people come from. I want to go over specific words on a vocabulary list with you, and then I'll give you a sample presentation from my own research, which you can use to take ideas from for your own homework this week, which is presenting some data from your field, either your personal data or something from a source that you depend on. And then finally, I'm going to ask you to re-answer question 5 from that placement test.